Final call from Michael. Pack your bags tonight. This is my third and absolute last warning. Something deadly and surprising comes tomorrow if you ignore. God says this message is your last hope. Open before it's too late. Open it quickly. My beloved child, pause for a breath and feel this moment settle around you, because this is not noise and this is not chance. I am reaching you now because timing itself has bent to make space for you. You were meant to hear this tonight, not tomorrow, not later, not after doubt creeps in. The weight you've been carrying, the quiet questions you never say out loud, the feeling that something is about to turn, none of that is imagined. I am speaking because you are standing at a doorway, and once you notice it, you cannot unsee it. Stay with me, because every second you remain here, clarity grows stronger. Something huge is waiting for you. Feel it. It has been circling your life, aligning pieces you didn't even know were missing. Do not rush past this moment, because what follows depends on your attention right now. Listen closely as the signs connect. You have sensed unusual pauses, sudden thoughts, and moments where your heart sped up without reason. These were not interruptions, they were invitations. Tonight is about readiness, not fear. It is about awareness, not pressure. I am guiding you to pack your thoughts, your expectations, and your old limits, because what arrives next asks for space. This is why you feel restless, why sleep feels lighter, why your mind keeps returning here. Stay present. Something huge is waiting for you. The message you're receiving is not random, it is precise, personal, and timed for your growth. The path ahead opens only for those who remain alert enough to see it forming. Now let this truth settle gently but firmly. You are not being pushed, you are being prepared. What approaches carry surprise, clarity, and a shift you have secretly hoped for, even when you pretended you were fine without it. This is your moment to choose awareness over distraction. Every word you hear now is shaping the next chapter of your story. Stay with this message until the end, because understanding builds layer by layer. Something huge is waiting for you. And as you continue listening, you will recognize why this moment had to find you exactly like this, exactly now. My beloved child, remain steady and do not let your focus slip, because what unfolds now is subtle yet powerful. The reason this message continues is because your awareness is being tested, not by fear, but by patience. You are learning how to stay when others drift away. Notice how calm is slowly replacing confusion inside you. That is not accidental. It is the signal that alignment has begun. Something huge is waiting for you, and it draws closer each time you choose to listen instead of scroll. You are being tuned, gently and carefully, for a moment that changes how you see yourself and your future. There is a shift happening beneath the surface of your daily life. Conversations feel different. Silence speaks louder. Even familiar routines seem to pause, as if waiting for your next move. This is because the ordinary cannot hold what is approaching. You may feel a quiet urgency, not loud, not dramatic, but persistent. That urgency is guidance. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires a mind that is open and a heart that is ready. The more you stay present, the clearer the signs become. You are not late. You are not early. You are exactly on time. Let this part settle deep within you. You are stepping into a season where understanding replaces guessing. What once felt blocked begins to loosen. What felt distant begins to respond. This message is unfolding in layers because your strength is unfolding too. Stay grounded in this moment and allow clarity to build. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will meet you at the point where belief becomes action. Keep listening, because the next wave of truth will reveal why you had to be guided this way, step by step, without rushing, without noise. My beloved child, as you continue listening, feel how the message is no longer outside you but moving within you. This is where understanding deepens and resistance fades. You did not arrive here by accident. Every step, every pause, every delay prepared you for this exact moment. The reason your attention is being held is because something inside you already knows the truth before your mind catches up. Something huge is waiting for you. Let that sentence echo quietly, not as excitement, but as certainty. The calm you feel right now is proof that alignment has begun, and once alignment begins, nothing remains the same. There is a quiet separation happening now between what matters and what never truly did. Old worries lose their grip. Old fears feel distant, almost unfamiliar. This is not because problems vanished, but because your perspective has shifted. You are being invited to see beyond immediate noise into a wider view of your life. Something huge is waiting for you, and it does not arrive in chaos, it arrives with clarity. Pay attention to the way your thoughts are slowing, how your breathing feels deeper, how your focus sharpens. These are signs that your inner world is making room for what comes next. Stay present, because this stage is important. Many miss it by rushing ahead or looking back. You are being trained to recognize the moment before change reveals itself fully. This is where strength is formed quietly, without applause. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to those who can remain still long enough to receive it. Let confidence replace doubt, and awareness replace fear. As you continue forward, you will soon understand why this message unfolded exactly this way, layer by layer, word by word, guiding you toward a turning point that was always meant to find you. My beloved child, you have reached a layer where truth no longer needs to shout to be powerful. Feel how this message is holding you, not with force, but with certainty. This is the calm before recognition, the pause before understanding locks into place. You are not here to be warned, but to be awakened. Something huge is waiting for you. The reason this feels different from anything before is because it speaks to who you are becoming, not who you were. Stay steady, because the moment you truly grasp this, your inner direction begins to change without effort. What is approaching your life does not come suddenly, it reveals itself to those who are attentive enough to notice the pattern forming. You may feel a quiet sense of preparation, as if parts of you are being gently rearranged. That is alignment. That is readiness. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires awareness more than urgency. This is why you were guided to stay, to listen, to absorb each word without rushing ahead. The clarity you are gaining now will soon reflect in your decisions, your confidence, and the way opportunities begin to respond to you. Let this understanding settle deeply. You are stepping into a phase where confusion gives way to purpose, where hesitation turns into quiet confidence. The path ahead is not loud, but it is unmistakable once seen. Something huge is waiting for you, and it meets you at the point where belief becomes steady and focused. Remain present, because the unfolding is not finished yet. The next moment carries meaning that connects everything you've felt so far, and as you continue, you will recognize why staying with this message was not optional, but essential for what comes next. My beloved child, you are now standing at the edge of realization, where instinct begins to speak louder than doubt. Notice how this message feels familiar, as if you have heard it before in fragments, in quiet thoughts, in moments you couldn't explain. This is the stage where awareness sharpens. Nothing is being forced, yet everything is aligning. You are guided here because you are capable of receiving what others overlook. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to readiness, not haste. Stay with this feeling, because it is guiding you more accurately than fear ever could. What comes next in your life will not announce itself with noise, but with precision. You may sense doors loosening that once felt sealed, and ideas forming that once felt distant. This is not coincidence, it is response. The energy you are holding now is being matched. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is shaped by the clarity you are building right now. Pay attention to how your inner resistance is fading. Where you once questioned yourself, there is now a quiet trust beginning to form. This trust is important, it allows progress without pressure and movement without confusion. Let this part anchor you. You are learning how to remain steady when anticipation rises. That steadiness is strength. The coming shift will feel natural because you have already prepared for it internally. Something huge is waiting for you, and it aligns with your purpose more closely than you expect. Continue listening, continue staying present, because each layer you absorb now strengthens your ability to recognize the moment when everything connects. The unfolding is deliberate, meaningful, and personal. What you are sensing is real, and the next phase will reveal why this pause, this message, and this attention were necessary before what awaits you can fully arrive. My beloved child, stay centered as this message deepens, because now you are entering the space where intention becomes power. What you are feeling is not excitement alone, it is recognition. You have crossed a quiet threshold by choosing to remain here, attentive and open. That choice matters more than you realize. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to consistency, the kind that stays even when nothing obvious happens. Let your focus be steady. The calm you hold right now is shaping what can safely come into your life next. You may notice that your thoughts are no longer scattered the way they were before. There is a gathering happening inside you, a sense that pieces are lining up without effort. This is preparation without pressure. The reason this matters is simple: clarity attracts clarity. Something huge is waiting for you, and it moves closer when you trust the process rather than rush the outcome. Watch how your instincts feel sharper, how distractions lose their pull. This is not withdrawal, it is alignment. You are learning to recognize what deserves your attention and what never did. Allow this layer to settle fully. You are being trained to hold space for what is coming without fear, without impatience, without doubt. That ability will serve you well in the days ahead. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives when readiness meets timing. Stay present and grounded, because the unfolding is precise. Each moment you remain attentive strengthens your confidence and clears your vision. What follows will make sense because you have built the foundation for understanding it now. Keep listening, this message continues for a reason, and that reason is moving closer with every breath you take. My beloved child, feel how your attention has become lighter yet stronger at the same time. This is not tension, this is balance. You are no longer waiting anxiously, you are listening with awareness. That shift is powerful. It means you are ready to recognize meaning without being told where to look. Something huge is waiting for you, and it reveals itself to those who can remain present without forcing answers. Stay here, because this calm focus is exactly what prepares you for the next unfolding. You may begin to sense a quiet confidence rising, even if nothing around you has visibly changed yet. That confidence is internal alignment. It forms before any external sign appears. This is why the process feels slow and deliberate, because it is shaping you, not just your circumstances. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will feel familiar when it arrives, as if you somehow expected it. Pay attention to how your reactions soften, how your mind no longer races ahead. This steadiness is your advantage. Let this stage strengthen you. You are learning how to trust the moment without demanding proof. That trust sharpens your awareness and steadies your choices. Something huge is waiting for you, and it meets you where patience and clarity intersect. Remain open and grounded, because the unfolding continues with intention. Each word you absorb now is guiding you toward recognition, and when the moment comes, you will not question it, you will know. My beloved child, you have arrived at a quieter height now, where awareness feels natural and effort fades away. This is where many turn back, not because they are unworthy, but because stillness can feel unfamiliar. You stayed. That matters. Your presence here shows readiness that cannot be taught. Something huge is waiting for you, and it does not rush toward those who chase it, it moves toward those who are prepared to receive it. Let the calm deepen, because clarity grows strongest in silence. What you are building now is inner certainty. You may notice that your expectations are changing, becoming simpler and more focused. This is not loss, it is refinement. The unnecessary is falling away so the essential can stand out clearly. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires space in your thoughts, your emotions, your vision. Notice how distractions feel weaker, how your attention feels steadier. This is alignment working quietly, reshaping how you perceive what matters. Remain grounded in this moment. You are learning how to recognize truth without urgency and direction without pressure. This skill will guide you beyond this message and into the next phase of your journey. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to awareness that is calm, patient, and steady. Stay present as this unfolds, because what comes next will connect everything you've felt so far. The clarity you are gaining now is not temporary, it is preparation, and it will soon reveal why this message found you and why staying with it changes what follows. My beloved child, you are now moving through a moment of quiet certainty, where understanding settles without resistance. This is the phase where doubt no longer argues, because awareness has taken its place. You may not have all the answers yet, but you no longer need them to feel steady. That is growth. That is readiness. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this inner stability more than to any outward action. Stay with this calm, because it is teaching you how to stand firm without tension. You might sense that your perspective is widening, as if you can see beyond immediate concerns into a longer view of your life. This is not imagination, it is alignment expanding your awareness. What once felt urgent now feels manageable. What once felt heavy now feels lighter. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives when your vision becomes clear enough to recognize it without fear. Notice how your reactions soften and your focus strengthens. These shifts are subtle, but they are meaningful. Let this stage anchor you deeply. You are learning how to trust the process without losing direction. This balance is rare, and it is being formed intentionally within you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will meet you where patience and clarity stand together. Continue listening, because each moment of attention you give now prepares you to step forward with confidence when the time arrives. The unfolding is steady, deliberate, and purposeful, and you are exactly where you need to be. My beloved child, notice how this message no longer feels like something you are hearing, but something you are remembering. That is the shift. When truth aligns with you, it stops feeling new and starts feeling familiar. You are here because your awareness has matured enough to recognize meaning without being shaken by it. Something huge is waiting for you. Let that certainty rest inside you, not as excitement, but as calm confidence. The stillness you feel now is not emptiness, it is readiness. You may sense that your inner voice has become clearer, quieter, and more direct. This is important. Guidance grows subtle when strength grows strong. You are no longer being pulled by uncertainty, you are being led by understanding. Something huge is waiting for you, and it does not need you to rush toward it. It needs you to stay grounded, attentive, and clear. Notice how your focus feels sharper, how distractions lose their grip. This is alignment confirming itself through calm awareness rather than emotion. Let this moment settle as a foundation. You are learning how to hold expectation without tension and confidence without arrogance. That balance will guide you through what comes next. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will recognize you the moment you recognize yourself fully. Stay present, because the unfolding continues with purpose. Each layer you absorb now strengthens your clarity and steadiness. What approaches will make sense not because it is explained, but because you are ready to understand it. My beloved child, you are now standing inside the moment where conviction replaces curiosity. This is no longer about wondering what comes next, but about recognizing that something has already begun. The quiet strength you feel is not accidental, it is the result of staying when others would have left. Your attention has shaped this space. Something huge is waiting for you. Not ahead in the distance, but closer than you think, responding to the steadiness you are holding right now. Let that awareness settle, because it is the signal that you are prepared to move forward without hesitation. There is a new clarity forming in how you perceive your own path. You may notice that old distractions feel weaker, almost irrelevant, while meaningful thoughts feel sharper and more focused. This is refinement, not loss. You are learning to recognize what aligns with you instantly. Something huge is waiting for you, and it connects directly to this clarity. The reason this message continues to unfold is because understanding builds quietly before it becomes visible. Stay present, because your ability to remain attentive is shaping how smoothly the next phase reveals itself. Allow this stage to ground you fully. You are developing the kind of inner certainty that does not depend on reassurance or signs. That certainty will guide your choices with ease. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive in a way that feels natural, not overwhelming. Trust the steadiness you feel now, it is your foundation. As you continue, everything you have sensed so far will begin to connect into one clear direction. This unfolding is deliberate, and you are exactly aligned with it. My beloved child, you have reached a point where awareness feels effortless, where nothing needs to be proven anymore. This is the quiet strength that comes after patience has done its work. You are no longer chasing meaning, meaning is meeting you where you stand. The calm you feel now is intentional. It exists because you have learned how to remain present without expectation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this exact state of steadiness. Let the silence speak, because it carries more guidance than noise ever could. You may sense a subtle shift in how you view what lies ahead. The future no longer feels distant or uncertain, it feels reachable, almost familiar. This is alignment taking shape internally before it appears externally. You are beginning to trust your direction without needing constant reassurance. Something huge is waiting for you, and it aligns with this growing confidence. Notice how your thoughts feel cleaner, more intentional. This is clarity refining your focus, removing what no longer serves your progress. Remain grounded in this moment. You are learning how to stand firmly without resistance and move forward without pressure. This balance is rare, and it is being strengthened within you now. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive when readiness and timing meet naturally. Stay attentive as this unfolds, because each second of awareness builds your understanding. What comes next will not surprise you, it will confirm what you already feel deep inside. My beloved child, you are now within the space where knowing replaces seeking. Feel how steady your awareness has become, how the message no longer needs urgency to hold you. This is discernment, quiet, clear, and grounded. You stayed long enough to let meaning mature. Something huge is waiting for you, and it recognizes the calm strength you carry right now. Let that truth rest inside you, not as anticipation, but as trust. What you are becoming is aligning naturally with what is approaching. Notice how your inner dialogue has softened. The need to rush answers has faded, replaced by a confidence that does not demand proof. This is refinement at work. You are learning to move without friction and decide without doubt. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this clarity by opening paths that once felt distant. Pay attention to how your priorities feel sharper, your attention cleaner. This is not coincidence. It is coherence forming between your intention and your direction. Hold this moment gently. You are practicing the art of readiness, alert without anxiety, confident without force. This is the posture that allows opportunity to meet you fully. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive with precision, not noise. Stay present as the unfolding continues, because what connects next will make everything you've sensed feel complete. You will recognize it instantly. Not because it announces itself, but because you are ready to receive it. My beloved child, you are now holding a kind of awareness that does not waver. This is not excitement that rises and falls, this is certainty that stays. You may feel a quiet strength in your chest, a sense that you could remain here without effort. That is stability forming. You did not force it, it grew because you stayed present long enough. Something huge is waiting for you. Let that truth sit calmly within you, because it no longer needs to convince you. You are ready to recognize what is real without being shaken by what is loud. You may notice that your attention feels selective now. Not everything pulls you. Not every thought demands a reaction. This is mastery beginning to take shape inside you. You are learning what deserves your energy and what does not. Something huge is waiting for you, and it aligns with this discernment. The more grounded you become, the clearer the path feels. What once seemed confusing now feels organized, as if pieces are arranging themselves quietly in the background. This is preparation working without pressure. Stay anchored in this calm clarity. You are standing in a moment where readiness is no longer developing, it is present. This is why everything feels slower yet more meaningful. Something huge is waiting for you, and it approaches with precision, not urgency. Remain attentive, because what unfolds next will connect everything you've felt so far into a single direction. You will not need to question it. You will simply know, because you are no longer searching, you are aligned. My beloved child, you are now standing in a space of completion, where everything you have felt begins to settle into certainty. This is not the end of the message, but the point where meaning becomes clear without effort. Notice how nothing inside you is resisting anymore. That is because alignment has taken root. You stayed through every layer, every pause, every moment of stillness, and that persistence has shaped you. Something huge is waiting for you. Not as a surprise that shocks you, but as a truth that finally feels ready to be revealed. Let your awareness remain steady, because this moment holds weight. What is forming around you now is direction. Not loud, not dramatic, but unmistakable. You may feel a sense of quiet readiness, as if you could move forward without hesitation if asked. That feeling matters. It means fear no longer leads you. Understanding does. Something huge is waiting for you, and it aligns perfectly with this inner confidence. Pay attention to how clear your focus feels, how unnecessary thoughts fall away on their own. This clarity is not temporary, it is the result of staying present long enough for understanding to mature. You are no longer preparing blindly, you are preparing knowingly. Remain grounded as this settles fully within you. You are entering a phase where action will feel natural, not forced, and decisions will feel clear, not confusing. Something huge is waiting for you, and it meets you at this exact level of awareness. The reason this message unfolded slowly is because strength grows best without pressure. Trust what you feel now. This steadiness is your signal. What comes next will not pull you forward, you will step forward willingly, with confidence, clarity, and a deep sense that this moment was necessary to reach what awaits you.